A group of Cincinnatians will plead their case before the U.S. Supreme Court and possibly settle a national legal debate.
Jim Obergefell's name is the primary name on the case that will decide if states should license same-sex marriages and whether to recognize licenses from states where the marriages are now legal.
But it wasn't long ago that Cincinnati City Charter denied gay people protection from discrimination.
Local 12's Joe Webb is live downtown with how times have changed and the change that could still lie ahead. Joe?
Well, Cammie, as you recall, in 1993, 62% of the voters in Cincinnati approved Issue 3 in that charter amendment denying gay people protection from discrimination. All of us covered that. We also covered Friday's rally here at Cincinnati City Hall. Cincinnati has changed a lot. The whole world has noticed. In 1993, like today, Cincinnati was in the spotlight for its role in gay rights. But Issue 3 had organizations threatening to cancel conventions.
An economic boycott of the city would be very, very damaging.
Back then, Al Gerhardstein sued the city to block the charter amendment known as Article 12. But last Friday, he was lauded as a hero in the same-sex marriage fight by Mayor John Cranley, who called Ohio's ban un-American. So what happened here?
Part of it is driven by the passage of time and young people for whom sexual orientation is sort of like hair color. It's not an issue.
It was an issue then. Cincinnati's change of heart caught the eye of the venerable New York Times, who put the story on page 1 of Sunday's paper. Activist Ryan Messer, who's lived here since 2001, says he started seeing changes shortly after he arrived.
There have been lots of people working towards equality in Cincinnati for a very long time. We seem to, though, catch stride when Article 12 was repealed, and it started to bring people together that we could, in fact, change it.
Messer is in the Times article. So is Citizens for Community Values founder Phil Burris. He says the city has changed, but not the region.
The 3 counties of northern Kentucky, Butler, Warren, Claremont, Dearborn County, they're all extremely conservative now because people have left the city of Cincinnati, and they're also leaving Hamilton County, to get away from these liberal politics.
Burris thinks the Supreme Court will likely support same-sex marriage, but spark a flood of litigation. For now, Cincinnati is getting some good press.
It was a proud moment.
Now, the New York Times article also quotes Local 12's Dan Hurley, who helped put everything in a historical perspective. The arguments before the Supreme Court are going to start tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. They should wrap up in the early afternoon. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on this issue sometime in June. Cammie?
All right, Joe Webb, thank you. And of course, Local 12 News will have continuing coverage of tomorrow's arguments, both on the air and on local12.com. And today on our Facebook page, we asked what you think about the city's transition to the forefront of the fight for marriage equality. Robin posted, "All consenting adults have the right to get married. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is even an issue in this day and age." Tony says, "I am proud of our city and on its progress. It's getting there, but more work needs to be done." And Brian says, "Still too much confusion about what marriage is and what a marriage license means. It is not a religious article." And Megan posted, "I don't understand why people think it's okay to use their religion against others." You can join the discussion on the Local 12 News Facebook page, and we hope you do.